Welcome back to Truth Quest. My name is Aaron Moriarity. I will be your host, and we're going to go on a quest for truth together. Here we are again, friends. Episode number 222. 222. On, what is it? It's the 10th, 8/10/2022. Number 222. So there we go. A lot of twos there, I guess. And if you were Max, you'd say, oh, the 8 plus 1 plus 0 would be 9. So that would be no number. So they'd be all twos. There you go. With vortex mathematics, I guess. I don't claim to know anything about that. Well, welcome to the program, Kathy, and anybody else who happens to be watching. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put the link in. Yeah, I forgot to drop the link in Facebook. Let me go drop that. And feel free to share this out too if you want to, if you happen to be watching. And I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday evening. A wonderful Wednesday evening. Indeed, indeed. And yes, we have some very interesting things to look at today and to talk about. So many things happening on this planet. It's something else. We are live just like the old days, baby. Yeah. Doing a last minute post that thing. Then I got to share it to my other page. Hope everything's going really swimmingly for you all tonight, wherever you may be. I've been getting some nice emails from people, so thank you for shooting off your emails to me. And something else interesting we need to talk about. We'll get to that a little bit later. But first, we're gonna do this. Welcome, T. Wilson. Welcome to the program. Good to see you today. Awesome. Thank you for the hand clap. And thank you for the email today. Very, very interesting. T. Wilson has another, I guess, probably a batch of stories that we'll maybe touch on a little later. Hello, Mud Rabbit. Good to see you. Awesome to see you here. Okay, I'm going to share this out to my Truth Social too. Okay, because I forgot to do that too. We are live. And there's the link. Oh boy, can you believe what happened? I just can't believe it. Not only Mar-a-Lago, but also his other home. I think he's got one of his other places was raided as well in New York. I think maybe Trump Tower. I'm not sure. Just not sure. All right. Awesome. We got a good core group here now. Two of our favorite mods and all of our favorite people. It's a trap. It's a rat trap, Judy, and we've been caught. Rat trap. You've been caught in a rat trap. You've been caught in a rat trap. Remember that song? The Boomtown Rats? Rat Trap. Great song. Yeah. Yeah. 9 hours at Mar-a-Lago. They refused to have any lawyers watch them as they, you know, what were they doing? Did they bring some documents there and rip them up and put them in the toilet? Of course, that picture came out before the raid, that fake picture. So yeah, it backfires on them every time. You know what? I think instead of the far left or the Democrat Party, we should just rebrand them the Wile E. Coyote Party, because everything they do backfires. They can't catch that road runner. They can't catch a break. All their little gadgets, all their little schemes. The little, the rocket on their back with the roller skates just doesn't quite cut it. Not working the way they thought. No. Oh, you're not late. You are not late. You're just in time, just in time. Welcome to the program, Peggy. Peggy Dancer. Our favorite dancer. All right. Well, yes. All right. Well, let's take a look at something, shall we? Because I I scanned the interwebs before the show and I found something you all might be interested in. Yeah. It's not there. It's not there. Well, talk about backfiring. Have you heard about this Dark Brandon thing? So the crazy left, the lunatic left, the I don't brain dead. I don't know. They can't meme for the life of them, right? They just can't. They can't meme. And so Dark MAGA, they coined that. I think they spent a lot of money on market research, and they thought they'd pin this name, Dark MAGA, on the MAGA movement and really affect it. All it did was that the the real memers took that and memed the hell out of it and owned it, like they always do. So what does the left come up with now? Dark Brandon. Well, for one thing, Brandon is not a complimentary name for Joseph Robinette Brandon Biden. It's not a good name. It has its origins in expletive deleted Joe Biden. Expletive deleted Joe Biden. That's where that comes from. So to do it in the first place and to think they could get by the savvy meme lords. So Dark Brandon, they they put a cartoon head of Biden on top of some. It's stupid, and I think they even have like a questionable imagery in the back that's exactly what they think the right wing is. So without saying the word. So here's what the meme lords came up with, and I saw this on Quite Frankly recently. That's where I got this from. He took that Dark Brandon and it's shower time, Ashley. Dark Brandon. Yeah, now that is a meme, okay? But it's not complimentary to Brandon. I can't. But you know what else is funny? Hello, Genesis Revelation. Welcome to the program. Yes, just like we owned Peppy. That's right. That's right, Mud Rabbit. They're just stupid. Yes, Dark Brandon. Yeah, Dark Brandon. They're trying to be cool and hip, and it's like that kid that tries to be cool and he's just not. You're like, oh no, yeah. The loony left. Yes, yes, T. Exactly. But they can't see. The hardest thing to see is yourself. So they can't see it yet. Some of them can. But I thought this was great. And it reminded me of something that, and this whole rating of Mar-Lago. Now, now, do you all remember when Trump was president? And anytime there was even a possibility, even the slightest, remotest possibility that that now there wouldn't even be a possibility, but that the fake news would foment a fake narrative that, oh, Trump is going to use the DOJ to go after his political rivals. Remember that? If I didn't nickel for every time I heard that, and I don't watch the news, it's just from what I get through the intro webs. And it's like everything they claimed Trump was either planning, doing, or gonna do is exactly what they are doing. And I think it's part of their plan because in the brainwashed people's minds, they see this raid and they go, "Oh yeah, this is good because Trump was doing the same thing." No, he wasn't. The fake news said he was going to, but he never did. So it's so it brings up it creates this fault. See what fault fake news does, folks? It creates these little eddies of a bullcrap that it shouldn't be this way. And if a newscaster or a news channel gets something wrong, they should correct it the next day. They shouldn't even leave it up more than a day, even a half a day or part of a day. If they find out it's false, they should take it down, no matter what narrative it uh, bolsters. So there you go. It's shower time, Ashley. It's creepy. It's just like Joe. It's creepy as HE double toothpicks. Yes, the whole false reality. Good point there, Mad Poke. Welcome to the program, Mad Poke. A lot more than just an Eddie, yes. Like an Eddie Haskell. Eddie Haskell's everywhere. There you go. That'll do it. That'll get him every time. So there's that. I don't want to look at that guy at Creep anymore. Unbelievable. And there's really no chance of him ever getting a brain freeze from eating all that ice cream because you have to have a brain to freeze. So, I mean, we can't even hope for that. I tell you, justice is slow coming, isn't it? Slow coming. When is the raid gonna come to, I don't know, Bunter Hyden, who, he has a Secret Service protection. So they know what he's doing. My goodness. I think they should allow those Secret Service people to live stream from their cell phones. Don't you think? Extra, extra, read all about it. That's right. Yep. I used to be a newspaper boy. I used to be a paper boy, and you know, uh, when I had my kids, there was no such thing as a paper boy anymore. They were all motor routes. They wouldn't let kids do it anymore. I don't know if there's any place in the country that still does, and that's just a terrible shame because that teaches a kid business. It taught me business. You know, um, And not only did I make money to buy my own shoes and, the things I wanted to buy, art supplies or whatever it was, um, I even got to go on a little vacation. I earned a vacation with the points I got being a paper boy, and it was a snowmobile vacation. It wasn't too far from where we were, but in the Twin Cities somewhere. And I saw a couple kids there that were at my school. They were also paper boy and paper girl, and it was just fun. It was a lot of fun. I just remember going on those snowmobiles were like heavily governor. The you couldn't go very fast on them, but it still was a lot of fun and hot cocoa. And I earned that by selling subscriptions. So I mean, it was a great, and that doesn't exist anymore for our children, for young entrepreneurial children to get their feet wet into to getting into sales and business. It's just a crying shame. And the way that this economy has been going, and the way the lockdowns have been working, uh, and the only big box stores can be open while the mom and pop shops closed, they're really squeezing not only paper boys from decades ago, but everything. It's really quite horrifying. Quite horrifying. And we need to turn the ship around. We need to get back to the basics. Why not bring back paper boys and paper girls? I mean, I remember I went to my mother. I said, Mom, when I was a paper boy, I said, Mom, if I'm a paper boy now, when I grow up, will I be a cardboard man? See, I was even cracking jokes back then, folks. And yes, I made that one up myself as a kid. Oh, yeah. Oh, you delivered papers too? Taught me a great deal and enjoyed my customers, except winter. Yes. Yeah, I remember getting tips that was and Christmas tips. The first time I got Christmas cards with money, and I was like, what? They remembered me? My son was a paper boy. You're right. Just don't see them anymore. I know. And yes, body cams for Hunter's Secret Service. And we should be able to watch it at any time. Keep an eye on that criminal. Dad jokes as a kid. Imagine that. Yeah, you know what else, Man Poke, and everybody else? Here's I used to just read all the joke books, but I try to catch my mom in some of these jokes. Apparently, she read the same joke books, okay, and she knew all the jokes. And she said to me once, "Well, Aaron, you're gonna have to wake up pretty early in the morning to get me on one of these jokes." So the next day, before she woke up, I woke her up and said, I, I shot a joke at her, and she still knew the punchline. Unbelievable. I was impressed. I was impressed. Yes, the jokes were abounding around our house. It came from everybody. Um, Even the dogs got in on the action there, on the humor. Yeah, it was something else. Something else, I'm telling you. Well, aren't we having fun? I'm having fun. You know what? And talking about paper boys and the youth having something to look forward to, jumpstart their career in the working field and give them some work ethic. Check out this little brand new picture of my little grandson, Evan. Look at this little smiley boy. So I guess he's not rolling over yet, but he's spinning around in his crib. So she made that. My daughter made that that thing that goes around there that will, I guess, protect his head from slamming into the what you call it, Oh, Bad Poke. By the way, the freebie bike I worked on Monday is going to turn out pretty good. And tonight I got a free second monitor for my PC. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Those free bikes are great. That's what we made the wind bike out of. That's what we made the wind bike out of. A free bike and a free, makes the crib look like as big as Lambeau Field. Okay. Lambeau. All right. So there's Evan. And look at that nice little mohawk he's got going there. He's got the natural mohawk. Lucky kid. Yeah, he's just a very handsome young man. Look at that little guy. He's so handsome. There he is. 3 grandkids, 1 grandson. That's him. Evan. Good kid. Good kid. Great folks. Great folks. Oh, thank you, T. Wilson. And speaking of T. Wilson emailed me today, or was it last night? And there's some other things that that she has stories about. So I'm looking forward to those. Looking forward to those new stories about something else anomalous, folks. I bet you can't guess it. I bet you can't guess it. Maybe you can. I don't know. Oh, I think I have to do this. La 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 la. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I saw this and I thought, this is really cool. Take a look at this, would you? There's a tribe in India that has learned how to train the roots of big trees to create natural suspension bridges that can span over 100 feet and last 500 to 600 years. Wow. See? Now, would that be considered torturing the tree? Or is the tree pretty cool with it? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have much choice. You think? I think. Alrighty then. It's gone, baby. It's gone. We don't know where it is. It's just gone. Just gone, baby. Alrighty then. Isn't that wild? That is wild. It's like the nature bridges. No, well, not like them, but they build nature bridges over highways for wildlife to go across. But they use cement and the normal things for a bridge, but different kind of nature bridge. The tree is thankful to be alive. Oh, I think you might be right there, Mad Poke. Or Genesis Revelation, sorry. Tree is just thankful to be alive and of good use. You're probably right. Yeah, and probably when the barefoot people walk across that on the roots, maybe the tree gets some sort of benefit from the oils and the different things in the feet and the moisture of the feet walking across, perhaps. Could be a semi-symbiotic relationship, perhaps. Yes, that is old-fashioned. It's like that guy, I'm sure you've seen, there's people who, they make trees. They have trees, they grow them into like chairs so they can sit out side, and the tree is like a chair. So it's very similar. I thought that was neat. I thought you might like to look at that. Yeah. And another place, a place I would not want to live. I don't think I would want to live here. It's like, okay, you go to the store with a list, you get everything on the list, you get home, and you get all the way home, and you look at your other list, you forgot two things, like the two most important things, like toilet paper and water or something. It's like, oh no, and I got to go all the way back. Oh no. Oh, I got to go all the way back. My goodness. Hello, ex runaway goldfish. And thanks for the email. The DNA of spiders is in everything? Those crafty little buggers. Wow. Yeah, and they don't have muscles. All of their legs work on hydraulics. Did you know that? Hydraulics. Liquid squirting from one little sack to another makes them move. Isn't that weird? So weird. Hydraulic legs. They're really amazing creatures. It's so different. So different. And yeah, if you're ever near a nuclear power plant, make sure you don't get bitten by a spider in and around a nuclear power plant. Try to avoid being bitten by a spider, unless you like climbing walls. Unless you like climbing walls. Wouldn't you hate to get all the way home and go, oh crap. Oh, I left the car running. I'm gonna go turn it off. Oh no, I go all the way back down there. Oh, I forgot something. I'll be right back. 3 weeks later, you're back. Oops. Took me a while to get back. Who would want to live up there? Who was the person who said, hey, you know what? It'd be a great idea to build two houses up there, or two buildings, and like a little bridge across. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, yeah. That would be really cool, dude. Now you're going to make us build that? Really? Ah, way up there? You could build those down here just the same. Nope, I want out there. You want them way up there? We'll have to build a staircase. Well, build a staircase. It's going to be a long and winding staircase. We'll build it long and winding then. But you know what? When you look at that picture, to me, that mountain looks like a tree, like a multi, like a multi, like a clump of trees, or one tree that has a bunch of like separate trunks coming up, all bunched together. It looks like a big former tree or trees or some sort of plant that turned into. Oh yeah, imagine snow on those stairs. Yeah, imagine how many people died building that. Ah, there goes John. There goes Willie. There goes Sam. Oh, yeah. Why? What was the purpose? Just because they wanted it to be featured on my show one day. That's right. I'll be on some YouTube channel someday. We got to make this thing. Go Gadget, go. Yeah, shoveling the snows, shoveling snow on those stairs. Yeah. I used to shovel snow when I was a kid, like 50, 75 cents for a driveway, big driveway. That's uh, that's a lot of snow. But we were so anxious when it snowed. We grabbed our shovels, we ran out there. It was like a race, all the kids in the neighborhood. Now it snows, you don't see any kids anywhere. Like, hello, hey kid, what? Yeah, no, it's not. Doesn't happen anymore. It's like, wait, what? What? It's like I grew up on a different planet. It's a completely different planet. Everything's different. It's and it's not better. It's not better. No, it's going the other way. Other way. So many things were better in the past, but I still have hope for the future. That's what gives me hope. I have hope for the future. But there you go. I'm not living up there. No way, no how. Can you imagine trying to sell a place like that? Ah, for sale. Hey, hardly used. No noisy neighbors except the guy on the other side of the bridge there. He's really quite noisy. Otherwise, he's pretty nice. Yeah. What is that? It must be some kind of a church or something, or who knows, right? Make Earth green again. Mega. Yeah. And don't forget the blue part, green and blue. All righty then. What else do we have here for you? I already showed you that. Um, hmm. Check this out, folks. This is like a what was it, like a some kind of a picture of the sun. It's like ultraviolet picture of the sun or something like that. Isn't that freaky? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that wonderful? So I saw this, I grabbed it, I threw it on the old desktop here, and guess what I did with it? I'll give you three guesses. First two guesses don't count. I bet you'll never guess what I did with that image. Maybe you won't guess. Well, I pumped up the color a little bit and I mirrored it. So here's one of the images I got. Look at that. Isn't that wild? Filters. Yeah, like a coffee filter. Look at that thing. I pumped the colors up a bit so it wasn't so washed out looking. It's a little more vibrant looking. It's kind of cool. Mirror. Yes. Yes. Well, I keep making these things, and so there you go. Here's another one. They're all different. They're all beautiful. And if I would have painted it, it would have taken me years. So I can make these in a millisecond. So that's what I love about it. It's quick art. Very quick. So that's, wait a minute. Is this it right here? Or is that it? I think this is it. Oh, that's not it. Nope, that isn't it. Is this it? Yeah, that is it. Okay. Got the right one. Now here, it looks like there's a face. maybe like a lion face. But then this looks like the chest of a human. He's got his arms going up over here, and he's wearing some kind of belt, like a Batman belt with a different kind of emblem on the front. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Kind of cool, kind of cool. Oh, you see a lion face too. Okay. Breathtaking. Thank you. This is great for character design ideas. Yes, it is. I see all kinds of faces. Yes, it is a great idea for that. You are right. Um, I got like a face of an alien through this a long time ago, and I did a drawing of it. I'll have to dig that up sometime. It just looks like a real being. That's why, when I make these things, it's almost like, is this what fourth dimension looks like? Is everything just mirrored and everything is like magical? And I don't know. It's weird. But I part of me likes to think that it could be a slight little peep into another dimension, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. Since we are in the third dimension, there's no way for us to conceive or perceive the fourth dimension. It's ungraspable for us because we're in the third dimension. So I like to think about what the fourth dimension might look like, though, or what things here might look like in the fourth dimension. That's kind of what I think. This might be a two-dimensional version of what this might be in three-dimensional reality or four-dimensional reality or fifth dimensional. Who knows? It's all so darn confusing. So darn confusing. So let's flip this baby and see what we can see. Whoa. Wow, I see like the creature from the Black Lagoon type, or Nessie right here. He's got fins coming out the side. Here's his eye, his mouth right here. Yeah, his neck down here. Nessie, baby. That's what it looks like to me. Yeah. Hey, Operation Shutdown, because we're just downrange of strange, where the where the outrageous is contagious, and the paranormal is the new normal. Yes, that's the fourth dimension where the paranormal is the new normal. I think you're right. I think you got something there. Oh, you see a butterfly? Ex runaway goldfish? Oh, yeah, I've seen that. It's very similar to this, I would say. Thank you, Catherine, for welcoming people. Such a nice mod. And thank you, Mud Rabbit, for putting that up there for donations for ship and crew. PayPal.me/Aaron Moriarity 17, or Cash App. It's the cash sign with Truth Quest with Aaron, AARON. And that's how you help. If you want to help, helps to keep the ship going. And your donation dollars go very far here because I'm very good at stretching dollars. Stretching dollars, yes. So it goes twice or maybe three times as far as it would other places because I'm so frugal. Frugal, yes. Oh, your phone is on inverted filter, so it looks even radder on my end. Oh, yeah? Inverted filter. Oh, so it's exact opposite of what it's, all the colors are opposites? That's interesting. Huh. Wow. I'm trying to give everyone a little bit of time here. Yes. Lurking and working. Yes, it rhymes, so you got to do it. That's awesome. Yeah, I always do that when I listen to shows. Um, yeah. Ooh, I kind of see like an alien face right in the middle too, like a oval, bottom part of an oval alien. That's weird. Okay. Yes. Yes, that's what I saw too. Cool. Alrighty then. Here's another one from the same image, believe it or not. What do you think about that one? Wow. Looks like top view of a ship coming, like right above a ship. Hey, it's Dark Brain. Welcome to the program, buddy. Look at that. Everyone's saying hi to Dark Brain. Look at this. Everybody. Awesome. Everybody's so awesome here. Look at that thing. Isn't that crazy? Wow. And this is from that image of the sun. Oh, here it is. So let's darken it a bit. Darken it up a little more. Look at that. It's all coming into focus now. See? Look at that. Love it. Love it. Crazy, huh? Increase the sharpness. Look at that. Just spectacular. Hey, it's Austin Morris and it's Yvonda. Welcome to the program, you guys. Yeah. Lurking and working too. Hit the like button. Thank you, Yvonda. Good to see you, everyone. Good to see you too. Yes. Oh, oh. Okay. Love that focus. Okay, cool. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Mud Rabbit. Hey, Austin. You know what? I'm gonna stick the link to call in if anyone wants to call in. Feel free. Yeah, I wonder what happened to that darn picture. Could have swore I put it on there. Anyway, so should I flip this one already, folks? What do you think? Um, there it is. It's upside down now. It's a bit dark, don't you think? You lighten it up a bit. I think it's a little bit too crisp. Fuzz it out a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's kind of nice. I'm going to take some of the darks out. Can't take too many out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's that one. Go back to normal. What does it go to? Look at that. That's the actual picture. Until you increase the color and the contrast and the brightness. That's all you have to do. 3 things. And you get all that color and vibrancy out of this. Isn't that wild? You know what? I think I'm going to save it like this. Yeah, save it like that. Yeah. Alrighty then. We got some more for you. We always have a little bit more, don't we? Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. So here's another one, but it's different from a nebula. And this is the result of mirroring this beautiful nebula. It almost looks like a cross. Isn't that interesting? Like a very elaborate cross. Isn't that freaky? I'd say it's pretty freaky. Here it is. Here it is, folks. So let me see. Do we need to even do any manipulation to this? It doesn't have any manipulation on it yet. Brighten it up a bit. Look at that. Oh, wow. Keep those darks nice and dark. Add a little color. Oh, not too much. Doesn't take too much. Look at that. What if we make it go green? That's not good. Oh, guess what? We got a call from our good friend Mike the fireman.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, we're on the air. Are you with us?
Oh wow. I was hoping you would be done by now. Sorry, everybody.
It's okay.
But I'll chat for a little bit.
Awesome.
I got some good news.
Awesome.
You know.
What's your news?
Yeah. I did my second therapy session with that. It's actually a chiropractor that does spinal stuff called decompression. We talked about that before.
Right. Yeah.
I did my first therapy on Monday, and yeah, it's all scary because my workman's comp insurance wouldn't refer me to them, and they said it was some kind of like medieval technology. So once again, I think there's battle against money when you have good insurance, and I've got the whole story there that was just like everybody like, oh my gosh. It was a miscommunication against my OC health doctor. I told him about this guy, and he said, oh, yeah, well, he probably wouldn't know how to read the MRI. And I didn't quite get what he was saying. He said, well, yeah, I've heard from this other fireman that went through this. It was a good thing and all that, and I would like to try it. And he didn't say, well, he said, well, to go to this other place. Well, next thing you know, my city risk manager is all talking to my chief and everything that this guy refused care and he wants to go back to his chiropractor.
Oh, boy.
It turned out to be a giant fiasco, and everybody thinks like I'm some irate guy or person. If my doctor right there would have said, "Hey, Mike, I can only refer you to another doctor. I've got a set group of people to do," then I would have said, "Oh, okay, no problem." But I still would be doing what I'm doing now. So I refused, and all of a sudden, like, I can just tell every time I called somebody or somebody called me, they had this tone like I'm the problem person.
Oh, God.
You know?
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, like I'm stirring up crap and I'm refusing care and I want to go to my chiropractor.
Oh,
and then everybody has this bad tone for a chiropractor. I've had most of my success in life with a chiropractor.
Right.
I mean, I've had several back injuries on the job where, okay, so the city sends you up to the hospital and you go to Ock Health and they say, well, let's do an x-ray. Okay, yay. Hey, take these pills. Okay, the x-ray didn't show anything. And just take these pills for a few days and then come back. You know, here in a week, just come back. You're probably still fine. Mm-hmm. And after the third time I learned, call up my chiropractor. After that, I just go straight to him.
Yeah.
And then he says, Mike, your right rib is out of place because when you turn your head to the left to drive the fire truck and you lose your breath, that means your rib's out of place here. And I'll put that back in the deal. He says, come back for another adjustment. You'll probably fine here. And boom, I have an explanation what the spot is and all that, not just take a pill. Mm-hmm. So I've learned throughout 20 to 30 years on what's going on with fixing. So here I have this bigger issue with disc bulging, and I'm a little bit more nervous because I don't know what's going on, and I'm hoping that I don't have something serious. Some people really get some serious stuff, and I found that it wasn't that serious.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yet now I'm being referred to Nebraska Spine, and all they want to do is operate or give me this pain medicine with a needle into my spine. Wow. I don't want either of that. So, after my doctor wouldn't refer me, I talked to the chief at the fire department. He said, well, maybe Nebraska Spine would refer you to these people. And I talked to the lady on there, and she says, no, we're the specialists. We wouldn't refer you to somebody else. And it's like the dollar signs are going in my head and all that because we have good insurance. Let me tell you, I'm so thankful for the insurance that we have, and I think I've told you before, Aaron, it's like we're like the Roman gladiators of the city, and they take care of us. Yeah. But yet, somebody's taking advantage of our insurance and all that,
Insurance companies should never be involved with any kind of care, ever. They really shouldn't.
Well, I talked to a couple other firemen. There's been other guys hurt. And what I'm finding out is we got a lot of new young guys that are like sports, you're looking at firemen. We're basically like athletes in a way.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm like the old dude going, oh shit, I'm an athlete. But we got all these new young guys that are on, they've all been in sports stuff and all that. And what they're doing is they're talking amongst themselves is what I'm finding out. Right? A different shift. I know one of the older captains in that shift. And he's saying, look, we've got a lot of knowledge in our shift. And what we do is if somebody has an injury or something pulled, we all talk together and find out, hey, what to do to fix that. And we got a lot of very smart guys. And then they'll go find their chiropractor or their guy, and they won't bring the city involved into it. Mm-hmm. Does that not just tell you that the system's broke there?
It's I hate to quote Alex Jones, but he used to always talk about the nanny state, and I didn't know what he was talking about. Now I know what he was talking about. They want to micromanage every damn little thing.
Yes, they do, and there's more and more proof. I mean, come on. So we see the jab passport system wanting to be pushed and all that. Okay, so I'm older now, and I've got so many months before I'm going to retire. Now I'm off in this injury, so I'm getting other stuff done. I've got doctor's appointments lined up like you wouldn't believe, and some of it's small stuff, some of it's big stuff, whatever. And I got more to line up. Every time I go in, it's okay. So I'm going to like Methodist or one of the big companies, and you walk in, they all got the mask on.
Oh gosh.
No, and here we go. We're in the fire department, dude. For years, I've got NIOSH books to refer to and all that, the proper PPE, hazmat coordination tech stuff. A stupid mask is not going to stop a virus. If we were going into a hazmat situation right now, we had to walk in, somebody had something, I would have to be in a level A suit with air supply.
Yeah.
I would be totally encapsulated for a virus.
With air supply,
Out everybody with any intellect or whatever, and we're all going along with it. Like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Except for me here, because I know the guy from Truth Quest and the other. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense. A surgical mask only could stop some bacteria for getting somebody's wound. It's made for surgery, not for stopping a virus.
Right. And when the surgeons wear them, when they're in surgery, when they wear these PPE masks, the N95 masks, it's like you said, to keep spittle from going into the open wound that they're working on. But it reduces your intake of oxygen. So they pump oxygen into the room. They pump more oxygen so that the doctors can actually breathe through these masks.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Yes, they do that. So, and I know a little bit about OSHA too, from working in the toy companies and everything, that if you're working on certain kind of plastics, molding certain kind of plastics, you have to wear a gas mask. You can't breathe PVC, polyvinyl chloride. If you're molding it, you have to have that. And now I also know that there's OSHA standards for that. If your employer makes you work in an oxygen depleted area, they can't do that. And putting a mask on is oxygen depleting. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I know about CO because that's part of the firemen's, like our SOPs. We read about CO poisoning because they show up on calls. We have to fill out forms. And like if it's a business, it's 50 parts per million for an 8-hour period if it's an industry. You know? Yeah. So if it's a home, it's a different rate. But they also classify 35 parts per million where it becomes like a risk to your health. You know? So if we show up at a house and there's more than, let's say, 20 parts per million, I'm still going to have to call the gas company reliably, find out what's going on if I can't pinpoint it. Yeah. You know? So, look, we've got the proper PPE to wear. We've got science based on everything. And ever since this COVID hoax popped up, most of the firemen, everybody forget about HIPAA. They forget about the proper PPE. The whole thing is just like one big, it's a psyops. I mean, come on.
It's huge. It's huge too. I mean, in the hospitals, they've taken over. It's like, oh, we're the pandemic team.
Well, what we hear is, what we know is, after hearing about Soros and the 503c1s, there's 3 people at the top that are in control of all these agencies. So listen to this next deal. So I go into a doctor's appointment the day before yesterday or whenever, and it's my new regular doctor. I'm going in there. My blood pressure's been high. I'm getting older and all that. It doesn't have anything to do about the back. So I'm going into another Mercy thing, and sure enough, they got the old, we're going to take your temperature and give you the mask thing. Well, they were gone for lunch, so you just step up to the front desk, and then would you please put this mask on? And I go, okay, well, yeah. And I already told myself, Mike, just don't say nothing, just be cool, whatever. You know, these people have been. We all know about the jab and everything else that's been going on, but the general public doesn't. I think they're trying to cover their tracks, and the uppers are trying to play this card that, it's still severe. Okay, here's my thing, guys. The staff is catching on. They're tired of it. The doctors are getting tired of it. So I come up. Now they got the new thing. Okay, so I've been getting texts. Now oh, text this or I'll out if you'd like to know when your next doctor's appointment is. So let's say you get 6, 7 doctor's appointment in a month and you're trying to remember all the stuff, putting your reminders in the phone, all that. So now the doctor's appointment wants to get on your phone. Now they want you to push this link and fill out all the stuff before you come in.
Hmm.
Well,
Wow.
I tried the link and it didn't work. So I come in and there's a bunch of people in front of me, older people, and all these office ladies in front of me are trying to grab their phones. They're taking your phone out of your hands and they're trying to punch in the information to try to make the system work.
What?
Okay, so let's just take a step back. The uppers, those 3 uppers right there, are trying to normalize this is going to be your passport, and this is what you've got to do. You've got to give me all of your information on your device. So someday, you know what, let's just make it easy and put a chip in your hand.
Yeah, stupid. Oh, man.
After what we just learned about that, dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And now if I
It's
try to tell my wife about this, or my ex-wife now that we all know, she can't. Most people can't handle the truth. They can't see this.
No.
But there's steps. There's steps. And you're looking at who's controlling these institutions. And they're fighting for their lives right now, trying to sway our brains to think this is real. So 2 seconds going, and this poor office lady up there, she's kind of hot too. There's 3 or 4 of these office ladies trying to help everybody with their phones. Well, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to log this. Here, let me grab your phone. They're so into this. They got their surgical mask pulled down and are grabbing my virus-ridden device that I touch every second
Yeah.
to make this thing happen. And I got to the point where I'm looking around, watching all the fucking sheep over there and all that. Going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not a sheep. And I said, hey, everybody, I'm not agreeing with each one of these pages. How many disclosures here are we passing by when it says, do I agree to this? Do I agree to this? Is this not medical information? And is this going directly to the cloud? And he said, why are we standing here? Are you going to deny me care if I say I disagree with all this right now? And the nurse goes, well, I'm not. And I'm going, what is up with this? This is totally asinine. Does everybody have a cell phone? Does everybody have smart technology? Well, she says, well, no, they will have a laptop up here or an iPad. And I said, who is in charge of these hospitals? I'm thinking there's 3 people at the top up here that need to be gone. This is infringing on our privacy.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And I went off, and then some nurse comes out to call somebody else's name, and I'm like, I think my blood pressure is now elevated. She goes, well, just have a deep breath, sir. Through this phony mask that does nothing.
Yeah.
And then I'm like going off in front of everybody.
Well.
And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to be kicked out. The next lady comes to the door is Clay. She leads me back to the doctor. And I just changed this doctor because there's another fireman that has him. And when I'm in the room, I'll take my mask off. And he's like, yeah, dude, this is cool. And this time he shows up, he's got his mask on. And I said, okay, here's my helmet here. I got this going on. I got this going on. And by the way, my blood pressure's up. And you know what I really am concerned about is the office workers up front that got to deal with the tyranny that they're under upon now. And then he let me talk. And I rolled into a bunch of our stuff that we know. And he just listened. And I said, guess what? This ain't right.
Right.
There's no way this is constitutional. And he listened to me.
Good.
And then I walked back out across the front desk of nurses. Hey, everybody, thanks for listening to me. I'm not here to stress you out. The system is stressing you out. Mm-hmm. And you guys need to have a good day. And he said, did you tell the doctor what you told us? I said, yep. Gave him everything and gave him some more. And they're like, yeah. People are tired of this shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're sneaking in tyranny with our healthcare system. You should just see the old people in there complaining. Hey, look, you're going in there. You have an ailment. You're scared. You think you have cancer or whatever. You're going to go get the treatment that you want to get. Mm-hmm. Do we want to have some people controlling our lives and sending our information everywhere because we just want healthcare?
No.
That's what they're doing to us.
Well, next time they grab your phone, have it synced up to the Invisimask video.
There you go. But I looked right at these nurses, or they weren't nurses, they were the healthcare front office workers.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, hey, you are now touching my phone. What if there's a virus in this phone? Guess what? Do you know how many viruses are around your body? There's tens of thousands of viruses. Why are we picking this one? Dude, I went off, dude.
Good for you.
I went off.
Good for you.
I'm done. I hit the prefaces. Or whatever they say.
Precipice.
I'm done.
Yeah. Good for
I'm
you.
totally done. Then I am. I've been trying to work Monica into some of this stuff now that we're divorced. We've been getting along good. And
that's good.
It ain't going to go too much further because I hit her with some reality that she can't handle. Tonight she walked out, but
well,
I'm fine with that. And I'm done being treated like a piece of shit. I'm done having my rights taken away. I want my HIPAA laws back. I want my country back.
Yeah, me too.
This stuff is getting out of control.
It is.
And then what do you think about the Trump thing coming up? We're invading. Boy. I think this is another part of the plan. Think about it.
Being raided. Oh my God. Yeah. It's, I was telling the audience earlier that when Trump was president, remember when he picked Bill Barr and all the media and everyone was like, oh my God, that's his whipping boy. They're going to go after all their political adversaries. And they never did. But that's what they're doing now. So it's like everything that they even said Trump could or might do is exactly what they're doing now out in the open. It's ridiculous.
So here's the thing. This just reiterates what us as a community and all that have been talking about. For years, how many years did we say is too real and all that? And then they see Trump in the eyes go, well, if they need me, maybe I'd step in. He's the bait. X22 just said it. And I totally believe that. Trump is the bait.
Yeah.
Think for 1 minute. Do you really think there's not patriots and really good people that want freedom too? And want us to survive? Quit. It's not all these day stuff. All right?
Right.
We are in an information war. It's truly happening. And it is so evil it's biblical.
I know.
And you try to explain to somebody that you've an ex-wife or a wife or a family member. Look where we're at today. Look where we're at in COVID. Look how evil that is.
Yeah.
Oh, and let me just tell everybody, here's a scary thing. And we all kind of know. We're all dealing with the same thing. And I wonder if anybody out there in the chat has heard the same thing. So Monica, she got 2 shots. She didn't get the booster. And she had 4 days of hell where she's a tough cookie. She was brought up, you don't talk about, we don't take you to the doctor. You're sick, you sit in your room.
Yeah.
Her parents are abusive that way. And that's why all that's been portrayed against the kids and me. And that's why we're divorced, and she's been brought up that way, which is such a strict nature. But I try to show her some stuff, and after we're divorced, I'm a little bit more brazen, so I showed her some stuff. I even tried to show her some red pill stuff where it's not about deep state or whatever, and she still denies anything, because here's the thing: it's very scary when we all learned about our paradigm is shaken, and there's nobody up the top that's really there to protect you. It's very scary, and some people can't handle that,
Right.
So I've been very gentle, trying to do what I can. There's just I think it's bigger than 5%. What Q's saying, and I think there's more than 5% in kids and stuff. I don't know, or how much longer we got. Do we have 10 more years of the awakening phase here? I don't think so. Now, when they take an ex-president and they do that, guys, I think we're coming close now. I think there's got to be big stuff happening for our sanity too.
Well,
how long do we stick our necks out for the community that we've been in? And come on. Where's this going to end? It's such a fairy tale, this whole thing. Everyone, just pop your popcorn. People are in jail still.
Yeah.
People are dying.
I know.
There's poisons out there being given to people. I don't see any. Are we all being psyops? And this is, as we've all heard this too. You know, I mean, come on. This is like good and evil.
Yeah.
And thank God. I'm just going to lay it out there. Thank God my mom brought me up in the church situation early on. And I wish I was a scholar and all that. And that's why I was pushing you guys. You know, Chuck Missler, I'm not the scholar. I don't know. But when I heard everything this guy said, it made more sense to me for everything I listened to in my life. And that's why I want to help. Because I guarantee you, none of us know everything. We do not. But what I'm learning is all of us together have the power. We are the people. Yeah. We are the power. We can stop this shit. We just have to get together. And then every time we talk to somebody that's scared, well, what am I going to do? Blah, blah, blah. No, we just have to be aware and be together as a people. And how do we word this better? I don't have the words. I'm a terrible communicator. I want to know what I can do more to help our situation. You know, because we are in a true war. That's basically what we're in.
Well,
you know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. When you see an educated young doctor and they're wearing his mask in my room, and I'm telling this stuff, and I'm saying, look, dude, do you really think a surgical mask is going to stop a virus?
Nope.
Come on, what are you doing here? You're playing politics. I'm sitting there telling this doctor, he's very young, brilliant, and I'm throwing out the community. I'm throwing out our knowledge. I'm trying. Mm-hmm. You know, he did not debunk one thing I had to say, and he didn't kick me out. I lost my last doctor. I don't know if I told that story. I probably didn't. But I had some old dude all scared to death. Say, you're going to pay my bills if I get COVID.
Oh, God.
Do you understand 80 microns versus 1? And, of course, this guy's a little dirt. He's scared. And you got to understand, I shouldn't be judging people because I'm a Christian in a certain way. Mm-hmm. But in another sense, we're in a war, dude, and I'm fucking tired of this shit. We are absolutely in war. And I see certain people that are just like, you're supposed to be educated. Why are you acting like a freaking moron? Mm-hmm. Now, we got to stand up at some point and say, look, we need to stand together and stand up and say, enough of this horse shit. How come we don't audit the Fed? How come we don't audit our congressmen? How come we don't audit the government? Why are we just handing our checkbooks away? Why are we so fucking lazy just to say, well, just handle it for us? Mm-hmm. Why are we doing that shit? That's why we're at where we're at today. No one's getting mad. Oh, well, everybody, one of us, we're waiting for, there's our president at the top of this thing. Fuck them. We are the people. Yeah. And that's the message that we need to get to everybody. We are the people. Mm-hmm. I don't care about the Paris Climate Accord. Who are they? All right? Who is this other group? Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? Who are they? No, we are the people. Mm-hmm. You know, and we've been beat up from one side down to the other with more technology than you and I even know about. We talk about it in shows. Even Thomas and all those great shows that he had. What's her name? The CNN lady. They had all these cool shows. I think we had more technology upon us than what we realize. Mm-hmm. And they're all scared to death.
Yeah.
You know, most all of them are on the take and can be controlled. Mm-hmm. And where's the general public? Still sitting there with pacifiers and all the mouths.
Yeah.
Most of them are scared. They're like my ex-wife. I can't handle the truth. And they just look at us like, well, you know, there's two sides to a story. Well, then listen to this side. No, we won't. But there's two sides to a story.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
people need to talk about. We've been.
You and I would have said the same thing tonight if the audience wasn't listening. But look at the chat, see if anybody's even saying Mike's way out of touch or agree with me.
Yeah, I'm not even on.
Any great ideas how we're going to take this back. You know,
I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm not even looking at. I got to get back there. I'm not even looking at the.
Anyway, I've been like, I get locked on like a pit bull. You know me from before. I just get so passionate. And
Dark
like
Brain,
I said before,
Dark Brain says, I hope Mike makes it through all this stuff okay.
Appreciate it. I really do. After the second therapy, I found the right people. And never distrust a chiropractor or anybody that's done stuff for years and help people. Mm-hmm. There's people that are looking for money and all that. If you find something that works for you, do not let somebody else just sway you one way or the other.
Right.
Check both sides of the story. Keep your mind open, because there's people, mostly the industry's out there for the money. We all know that, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm just very thankful that the MRI, I had to get an MRI, and it showed that I'm not that bad off for my age. So
good.
I'm hopeful.
That's good. Know? Hey, I just saw something here. I'm showing it on the screen, and it's what they found in the safe, in Trump's safe at Mar-a-Lago. It's just a picture taped in the back of the safe, and the inside, it's a picture of Trump holding a card. It says, "Enjoy the show. Expect a lot more panic. Q."
Oh, wow. Yeah. You know what? When you really think about all the other stuff that's happened, we had the Russia thing. Mm-hmm. Think how hard that fake news pushed that. How come the normies can't wake up from that?
Yeah. Well, you know what else this does, Mike, is now ex-presidents can be raided. Think about it. Obama.
Yeah,
Bush.
I was thinking the same thing too. Guess who's sweating bullets right now? Okay, they say the intelligent people are sweating bullets. I guarantee you, Obama's going, holy shit, what are you guys doing? They just put the target right on his ass.
Yeah, he's implicated
Think about that.
He's implicated in the Hunter Biden thing. He's on the laptop.
Yep. I guarantee you, we've all known we're watching the biggest sting operation in the history of probably the universe. I'm going to throw it out there because we don't have any alien information. But I guarantee you, this is the biggest sting operation ever.
Yeah.
Why do you think they want to weaponize the IRS right now?
Oh, God. I know.
That they want to fire back. And that they're trying to make their own army right now. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
What took out the cabal back in the early days when they just had Vegas? I remember telling some guy from the fire department, we were in the volunteer department way back then. I'm saying, you know what I told him? So, Vegas is full of a bunch of gangsters. Where do you think they went? I think they're in our government now. Oh, that's not true. His dad was a principal in my high school, and he was like some very brought up liberal type or whatever. I don't even know which way he was, but let me just say very naive type to think that everything was Mayberry. And I knew way back when I was in grade school, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, come on. If you have a mafia over here and they're making money here, and all those people made money over here, and then, we got the IRS after them, who do you think's really going to adopt those policies and learn from that? Because every time they ever, got some, remember that? They had the young hacker kids, and they wanted to hire them because they didn't know how to stop hacking. Mm-hmm. Well, shit, if you know how to run a whole city and town and infiltrate that thing, wouldn't anybody else want to know that? Because that's war tactics. And you would hire the same people to do the same thing so you could become powerful. I mean, come on. Really?
Hey, have you heard?
Life is not Mayberry. Did you grow up thinking that shit while you're sucking on your tang going, this is all we got for the space fucking force? I mean, come on. You know? Sorry, that's Mike speaking out there right there. But no, dude, you can't be that naive. The shit got so out of control. I think I've told you my analogy before. At some point, people do have values that they have to look at. And they can say, well, they kind of believe in God. We like family. We like the country. And these other people are like, whoa. We like Moldorf or whatever his name is. And we like your dog.
Yeah.
Whoa. And we want to drink the blood out of your family. You know, and I think that's what the division became. And then secretly, all through this time, and then through the early 80s, you had Corey Hammond and all these young actors going, hello, we're being abused. Can somebody help us? But yet nobody will because, Harry Weinstein's such a great guy and he needs another award that we're going to sit there and all watch together. Mm-hmm. Hello? I mean, we lived it.
Well, I think,
you know, and there's still people that still don't kind of get it, you know?
Yeah. There always will be, sadly, but there's always the people that walk around like blanks, not really just
sheep. And I that's why I quit the union, and I'm getting some slack from a few people. I think I got 70% of the department not worried about me. But I found out a couple of the people that have the huge egos, you know, and I tried to tell the union president why I quit because of some corruption stuff, and he didn't want to hear it.
Of course not.
I quit. And they made it easy for me because there was some anti-union legislation where we would have our city collect the money from our paycheck. So it'd be very reliable to get out of the paycheck. Well, then during the last election or whatever, some of those, guess what? They were supposed to be Democrats for the working people for our union. Changed legislation that said, well, now you can't take it out of your city coffers. You're going to have to come out of a guy's bank account or his credit card account. So then every once in a while there's a hiccup and they don't get your money. Well, if they would have told me almost a year ago that I was getting my money out within like 2 months, it would have been harder for me to say, you know what, I'm going to tell you guys to go pound sand because of this and this and this. Mm-hmm. But since I know what's going on in this world, and I see what's going on, see, generally most of the unions support Democrats. Well, we know they're not Democrats now. But a lot of people that haven't been paying attention don't know that. So all that money is sent up the chain. And there's a big percentage of that money going up there. And then these guys are down here in the lower level wearing yellow shirts with Biden. And there's still a lot of firemen that are looking back on, I can't vote for that guy. But yeah, I still want to be a union guy because otherwise I'm going to look at, like, I'm going to get chastised or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I quit. Because of that force and the corruption, and people just need to wake up because guess what? If you hand money to a certain group every year and they know they're getting your money, do you really think they're going to take your best interest into account?
No.
And that's where we're all at as Americans now. We just said, okay, we got the central bank and they're going to do their thing and they're going to control inflation and they're going to watch out for us. That hasn't happened since day one. And there's been no audit at any of this because they've all the Congress people been paid off.
Yeah.
We now know that. So I've got good pay, but a lot of people in my town don't. I've got good insurance. A lot of people in town don't. So to me, that does not mean that I have to say, wait a minute. I'm not going to worry about anybody but myself. And just because I'm in this union does not mean all I have to do is walk around and say, I'm union now Democrat, because that's like a lot of these guys do. You don't have to have any worries anymore in your life. You know, I'm just a Democrat and I'm a union guy, blah, blah, blah. Plus, if you have an ego and you're on the board, you're a bigger idiot in my book. And then if you look at what was just going on, we were actually in war. They want to take out the police, which I didn't hear my union guys say shit about that. And I tried telling my union president that, well, what are we going to do about that? See, the ego stuff, because he wants to do somebody in the union. And I'm sitting there going, I see so many flaws in this whole thing. I totally believe in unions. I totally believe in us sticking together. But guess what? What's bigger? You got God, family, and I'm going to say country, and then union. If we don't have a country and you don't have God, your union can negotiate the best contract in the world. But if you're in socialism all of a sudden, you ain't got nothing. You have no rights. You can't spend your money. You can't do anything. You'll be up in Canada, or going to be in the truckers union, or in a protest. Trudeau and all these same people are going to take away your monetary value, and that's what they're going to do here too.
If you're going to say his name, you got to say it right.
All tied together.
Listen, Mike, if you're going to say Trudeau, you got to say it right. Turd-o. Turd.
There you go.
Turdo.
There you go.
There's how you say
But
it. Up on the screen.
this is truly what's going on. This is
Right.
you're looking at the New World Order hiding against certain things, and everything's been infiltrated. And for me, just to say, I'm a union guy for 30 years. Well, my whole family's been union, and there's been times in history where that has helped the rest of the country. But right now, that is a detriment to the country because people are too blind to just step back and see what's going on. Certain people are comfortable, certain people aren't.
Right.
And our own union brothers that are in our same police and fire pension were under the gun. And we got people being blind right now. And that's why I quit my union, and people don't even understand why. And I am standing here right now. I've got some chastisement going on with certain people, and some people understand. And every one of us are going to have to fight some little bit of fight. Dude, I'm almost going to retire, and they made it easy for me, so I'm not going to stand here and look like I'm some great martyr or a whistleblower like some of these people that stuck their neck out. No, I'm not. It ain't that big for me.
But wait a minute, Mike. But Mike,
I'll put a knee in your face as quick as I can, though. I'll tell you that.
But but what you did at the hospital or hospitals, whatever it was one or two. That's what we all need to do, and you just told us all how to do it. Really,
let me just tell you, those office ladies up front, and this ain't the first time. When I was going to Ock Health over here in my town, some of those ladies up there had rashes on their face from wearing that.
Of course. Yeah, so did my daughter. Yeah, had rash on her face from that crap.
And I'm like, at what point did you guys not say anything? You are the people.
Well,
but yet we are all dependent on that hierarchy. We got to understand we're Americans. We do not listen to a hierarchy. And that's what you and I and our chat and everybody here needs to figure out. How do we convince people to say, look, we are the people. We have the power. We can stand up.
We are.
That's what needs to happen
We're doing it. Yesterday I went and voted in the primary. First primary I ever voted in. And a lot of people did that never did before. I think a lot of people are doing things they never did before. I still haven't worn a mask. I'm having dental work done, and they had not asked me. Fourth or fifth time I was in there, they said, can you wear a mask? I said, no, I can't. Okay.
Maybe a lot of us need to just go make appointments at some of these bogus hospitals, walk in and make a scene. I've never worn a mask. What are you doing? They put these people right up front. Look at the security guard sitting next to them. And you should get in their face and say, what science are you basing this on? What? No, bullshit. This is bullshit. And then know your constitutional rights. And then make a big stink and have 40 or 50 people walking behind you and say the same thing. We need to make noise. What is these libtards doing? A lot of them think they were doing something for good, but they've been brainwashed. Here's the thing. We all want to have our rights. This is what I'm trying to tell some of the guys that I'm bucking up against. Look, we have been brainwashed. Somebody wants to make it think we're one party so bad that you've got to do all these things. No, we're supposed to be partisan. You shouldn't have to fry a guy out because he's a different thing. And now they just showed, what did they show yesterday? So there's a lot of normies that just seem like, Department of Justice just went after this guy. Now, some of them that are so brainwashed might think that, he's really done something. Well, if they Russiagate wasn't a thing, and I got disproven.
Yeah.
Fucking the first
Right.
thing, the second thing.
33,000 emails and
but a lot of
laptops.
people really just aren't thinking because they need the security and the safety
Uh-huh.
and that net above them. And they don't understand the power that we have as a people.
Uh-huh.
And my wife doesn't get it. And I tried, or my ex-wife, I'm going to gladly say now, there's so many people that just won't open up to the idea.
No,
and what I need as a help as a group of people is to figure out how do we convince them
you don't.
that there's
You don't.
shit going on.
You don't. They have to. They'll find their own way in their own time. Everyone learns to drive a tricycle at a different age. You can't force it. These people are stupid. They're brainwashed, like you said. They're brainwashed. They hear it over and over and over again. It's pounded into their brain. There's no way for them to escape. They won't turn it off. What I have on the screen now, I've had up for a while here, and it's a picture that someone went on one of these AI art programs and asked, what does God look like? And so there's three pictures. Hello, Kelly George. There's this one. It's very interesting. It's actually kind of cool looking. It's a human figure with like a giant circle of light above it, with kind of light all around him. Very, very majestic looking, I gotta say. And you were just talking about God, so I thought that would be a good time to bring these up. To see what AI thinks God looks like. Then I thought, wait a minute, is this what the people's God looks like, or the AI God looks like? So, because the AI God is different, much different. It's not a good thing. So this
good question, very good question right there.
This one right here.
That's what we should use. Yeah.
This one looks like the AI God. Actually, it shows like almost a digital robot body with a lit up figure behind it. Yeah.
I remember when they wanted to have AI religion. That was a thing too. They just want to control it so bad. It's not even funny.
I know. Download your brain in this computer, you'll live forever. No, you won't live at all. You won't be alive at all.
Yeah.
You'll be nothing. Yeah.
Exactly. Get rid of the eternity for a floppy disk. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a hard drive, but I got a floppy disk.
Yeah, oops. Yeah. And here's the last one. The last one's kind of interesting. It almost looks like a Jesus-like figure coming out of the clouds, or walking up into the cloud. Can't tell which way he's going. It's a very interesting picture. So that's what AI thinks God looks like. Pretty interesting.
Trust me, I do not need AI to tell me what God looks like or what I need to think. I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
Yeah.
Because if I really need guidance, I'm going to go to the jungle and do ayahuasca. There you go.
Yeah.
If I can't read the Bible, I'm going to go to the jungle. Maybe I'll do both,
Yeah.
And I still haven't got my 1611 King James version yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I've been too busy with all the other stuff. And I'm like, this little voice goes, Mike, maybe you should get that version of that Bible before they censor it.
Yeah, maybe you could go to a used bookstore and get a nice used one, an older one.
Yeah.
That maybe not has the newer changes in it or whatever.
Exactly. Maybe somebody in the chat has one, and they can send me and I'll pay them for it or something. Or give me a link to where I can find one, because I tried finding it, and I didn't know it. There's so many versions, so many miscopies and stuff out there. I didn't know if I was getting the right thing. And I brought this up before, and I'm like, here's my plan. I'm gonna get that Bible, and I'm gonna look online, and I'm gonna go to YouTube and say, King James Version, and I'm going to go to the certain story. Then I'm going to go to somebody else, and I'm going to reference 3 different things on the story and listen to them and read one. And then I'll share if anybody wants to know at some point. If anybody has something that they want to bring up about, I'll let you know what I learned about it. You know, because I really think the Bible is our guide for the next universe. And oh my gosh, what Monica and I we just had this. It started off where I yelled her name in a dream the other night. She wanted to know what was going on. And I've been having some very intense dreams. And oh my gosh, come more! Like I think we could make some movies.
Oh yeah,
be
cool.
Like Spielberg. And then this one, oh my gosh, was crazy. Spiritual. It's like I'm in the spiritual realm. I had died, and I'm being taught by angels on how to fight a spiritual battle.
Wow, that's
and they're
pretty cool.
teaching me certain things about the Bible and certain things, you know. And then the other night I had a nightmare, and it was about just entities in the basement. Some old weight equipment was getting lifted, and I was so paranoid about something. I can't remember that aspect. And in the middle of the night, you just know how you can't yell out. You're so scared. You just can't find the word to yell out. So I just yelled Monica, and that went out. Freaked her the heck out. And I knew it happened. And then I was in, like, the next deep sleep or whatever. And then she was like, I want to let you do it, because she's half kind of, like, comped on our world that she was looking up. And then she thought that was related to other stuff. And I'm just like, no, that was just a dream, blah, blah, blah. Then she's trying to force me into telling her what that meant. And then I got into some other stuff. You can't know the truth. I like to tell you some stuff already. And then she got pissed. She left. So that's where my name is.
Okay.
Just over some dream that I can't explain. But
oh boy.
I can't explain most of the stuff, and none of us can, that what we're going through, because you could be talking to some person. I told this guy at the firehouse the other day, super intellect dude. I said, okay, so you see most of the stuff, you know most of the posts, you just slamp a Trump, blah, blah, blah. Let's walk into the next room, and you're going to talk to the next group of guys that are in this whole different world. We're going to walk right back into the Matrix. Then you're going to eat a cookie, and it's going to be right as rain. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You remember that from the Matrix? Well, I can tell you this, but, you know, just eat this cookie and everything will be right as rain.
Actually, I don't remember that. It's been so many years since I've seen that movie. I don't remember that part.
Let me just tell you, some of the references from it are just spot on. What we are dealing with right now is you're seriously looking at good versus evil, a lot of the stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, let's look at the death cap. Now, let me just I want to share this with the group.
We really can't talk about that on here, really, dude, because I don't want to lose my channel.
Oh, well, let me just say, okay, I'm not going to say that word.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But let me just tell you, Monica just had 2 of them, and she was sick for 4 days hard.
Yeah, that's what you said, yeah.
Okay, very bad. And she's a very tough cookie. And that's why there's been friction with the family, how she's been, I think she's kind of been abused for neglect of care in her earlier age or whatever. Okay, and she doesn't see it. All right, trust me. I'm in we're doing mandatory reporting of abuse now in the firehouse, and Reynolds, which I respect, Kim Reynolds, signed a new bill of order to say we're going to do this. So let me just tell you, as I'm doing light duty, I've got stuff to do, hours in it that I just completed it. Anyway, so, all right, she did that, and she normally doesn't do any pills or anything, because she's been brought up, if you feel sick, you just stay home and suffer through it.
Mm-hmm.
She said very mean turds. And just to say the least, let's not go anymore or whatever. So, all right, through all that campaign that we just witnessed, all right, did any of us witness this like over the board, over the top propaganda? Like, you will do this, you can do this, you gotta do this, you're gonna die, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, our group knows. All right, so she went and got 2 of them. And she almost thought she was going to die over 4 days. So she said to me, I will never do another one of these, and I'll never do the booster. She seen the light just now she fell.
See it. Everyone has different points at which they wake up, different levels.
So listening to the group and being part of the community, I really think that was a benefit. Mm-hmm. I knew I wasn't doing shit.
Yeah.
Because I know people. I tried to convince my sister to the T. You did not need to do this because of you have a 99 point blah blah and all this blah blah.
Right.
But my mom was going off. Elderly mom had the stroke. Oh my God, you do this, you're gonna die, blah blah. My sister had 1. And then she felt like shit. And then she said, nope, not doing no more of that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, my sister, my ex-wife, and my mom. Then my mom has been lip-turned all the way. Oh, I tried coming to her and telling her what we were all seeing.
Yeah.
She was going to have the priest come see me.
Oh, boy. Yeah. It's as much as it hurts, the people we love the most, we really aren't able to help because it's very
let me
sad.
just tell you,
very sad.
The stress. No, everybody here listening can probably tell the stress. So here I got my mom and they're trying to say, hey, we're in this war, this is going on, and blah blah blah. Oh my God, blah blah blah. And so she's listening to CNN, MSNBC in the background. Her broker and all that is super libertarian. Trump's the asshole is so easy. This whole world's so easy. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I have no choice. My mom's going to get this jab. My mom's already had the stroke. Mm-hmm. She survived it. She's limping. She's at least be able to go on golf. They're doing their thing. They're living their lifestyle. I'm very thankful for that. And then I realized, dude, you can't say anything like that. Just shut the hell up. Your mom's got to do what she's got to do. Yeah. So, let me just tell everybody, within the last week or 2, I've got Monica saying to me, something doesn't feel right, and she's pointing to her chest, and she's pointing her hand over, going, something doesn't feel right over here. We need not to drink as much. Okay? And my mom is going, Mike, several times for the last few weeks, something doesn't feel right. I don't feel right.
Oh, boy.
And she's pointing her hand through her trace and pointing it over to the left side.
Oh, boy.
Going, something doesn't feel right.
Blood clot.
From what we know.
Yes.
I'm so scared. And I can't say shit to my mom. If anything I say is just going to freak her out.
I know.
This is so fucking evil. It's not
I know.
Fucking funny.
I know. My dad died from it, and my mom got one too, and I can't say anything either. It's
we are in a war, and that's why I thank God I know you and your community, and people listen to me. Thank you, Aaron.
You're welcome.
We are in a war, and this is not right.
I know.
We are actually witnessing depopulation.
Yes.
And there's nothing you and I can say. We are helpless.
No, we're not. The people, we help people all the time. We help people in that hospital when you mentioned that. Those people are going to be thinking about that now. They'll be looking it up. There'll be some revelations. And, the people who can wake up will. There'll be stragglers, the ones that went halfway in and then learned.
It's just so wrong for me because I care so much. And that's been my problem throughout time. I'm just a guy that cares, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I love you to death, because you are the same person. And I think that's why you have the following I do. I really do. I can tell that you have the personality, you're a light soul, care. And we're in this war right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing that most of us can do. You know, just like other than to be together and realize this stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I spill my guts out over this thing. And I stick my neck out. Yeah, I get irate. I say cuss words. I do all this. You know what? It's not about me. It's about the people that died for this country. And guess what? We are the people.
Yeah. Corbin.
That's why I get irate.
Corbin Phoenix.
And
Corbin.
you know what? If you don't understand that, you're using the way or whatever. Guess what? It's not about me. It's about we. And I'm not making up some like pronoun because that's been held against us. No, we are children of God. You're the male or female. We have constitutional rights and the Bill of Commandments. If you want to have a religion that's outside of my realm, you still have that right. That's in our Bill of Rights and our Constitution. If you want to be a trans, you can still do that. Yeah. These people are dividing us and trying to conquer us with this bullshit.
The only thing I request from these trans people, if you're going to be a trans person, be a useful trans person, be a transmission. There you go.
With overdrive, please. Because, there you go. I want better gas mileage.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I want better trans mileage. There
yeah. Unbelievable. It's
yeah. But, did I coin that term? Can I get credit for trans mileage? Yeah.
Sure. Go for it.
Anyway, dude, I think you and I talked off the phone. I was born in 68. I was too young to get a nom. And I think you were pretty much too.
Yeah.
You might have caught 72 if you're the biggest little pissant they had. But let me just tell you, then you get a desert storm, and you're talking all this contrived shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was lucky. I had cousins that got drawn into certain things and said, yeah, you can do this or that. But no, you couldn't do that. And then I had the family say, no, and then after Nom and all, I knew it was like a grandpa down the street. He was a Serbian dude that went to the Korean War and told me about they were going gold teeth and the dudes that were dead and all that. He was like my grandpa. My grandpa died when I was like 1. You know?
Yeah.
And this dude was a neighbor of mine and treated me so good. He got me hired up in the fire department.
That's cool.
He knew certain people.
That's awesome.
Let me just tell you, dude, I'm so blessed. It's not even funny. And let me just tell you, there's so much things in my blood and all that. That's why I can just step back and look at things in a bigger perspective. And that's why I really appreciate this community, the people sitting here right now. Mm-hmm. Look, we're Americans, and we just got to step back and think about what's good for us.
Yeah.
And if we make this country great, we're making the world great.
Yeah.
We got people trying to take us out because they don't want the world to be great. They just want to rule.
Yeah.
And that's the battle that we're up against. Right? It's just that simple. It's just so simple.
Well, I say to these globalist elites, I say, they will eat the bugs, not us. They will.
Yeah, but we don't have to give them the power. We are the people. We can say,
right.
You know what?
Yeah.
Hey,
no thank you, Doc. No, thank you, Dr. Evil.
How many years now? Let's just have an audit or an investigation because at some point we think you're fucking up here.
Yeah.
You're supposed to not like interest rates run through the roof and all this. But yeah, I kind of think that's not happening. I'm really fucking stupid machine. But guess what? I think it's time I say something. You know?
Yeah.
And that's me being very nice. You know, let's just investigate. You know?
Yeah, there's a lot to investigate.
And then we'll go from where we see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Let's just start with that as people. All we got to do is get together. That's all we got to do. And say, hey, how come our former president just got raided?
Yeah, it's.
Maybe we need to look into other.
But you know what? You know what? You know what though? It's everything they do backfires and boomerangs on them, because you know what happened after the raid? Guess what happened? Trump raised more money than he ever did in a short period of time after that raid.
Yeah.
It's like nuts. It's going nuts. People are donating like crazy.
Well, here's my take on that. Here's my take. All right. I'm so irate, so guarded right now. Last year, I gave maybe $300 or $400 to, probably more than that. I'm just going to say that just to be polite. I gave a lot of freaking money to the Republican Party so we could defeat this bullshit. But then we realized that most of the people are rhinos. And now, if you would see the pestering that I get, oh my God, blah, 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 this happened. And now, in the last 2 days, they just raided Trump's blah, blah, blah. And then when you read the fine print down below, well, if we use Melania Trump's name, it doesn't necessarily mean it's Melania Trump. See what I mean? Oh, it's possibly Melania Trump, and it's my birthday, and she give me money. I'm not a sheep anymore. I'm done. And I really don't need Donald Trump. I don't need the Republican Party. All I need is the American people, and we're going to stand up. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
We were duped last time around, and they gave money. I'm not doing that again.
Right.
I'm not putting money to my fucking union and those dipshits that are sitting up there in the board. I'm president. Yeah.
I was just saying that it's backfiring on them big time.
I hear you, dude, but you're hitting my spot right there where I'm trying to get out to everybody. We do not need to wait for certain people at the top of the chain.
Right.
We are the people.
Right.
We are the people.
We can do something every day. You know? Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I really do believe that Trump and the team are battling these people, and at the same time they're doing the awakening phase that we need very badly. We are damaged, all of us. You, me, everybody in our chat, we are damaged more than we know. Yeah. We have been subject to technology and information warfare more than what we know. We truly have. But what I hold on to, what you're hearing me belch out, is I'm an individual. I know we have a constitution. I know we have a bill of rights.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I know we have this community here that's involved. Now, let me just tell you. So, it's Trump and blah, blah. People want to grab our money, and it's a deep state holding their names to it because the system's so fucked. All right? I'm done with that.
All right.
I'm ready to start meeting people in skull caps. I'm done. Good. Why does it take $10 billion to feed all this bullshit to make an election happen? Fuck that. It should not take all that much money. Fucking quit it.
Okay.
That's the bull. Sorry. Oh, wait. Dog feed, train, whatever, should not take monetary value to do that. Sorry, Aaron.
Okay.
Why do we sit here and go, oh, let me give another $20 so this guy wins so I can do what I want to do? No, let me grab him by the throat and tell him he better be a patron.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on.
Well,
this whole thing got out of control about the dollar. Look at the billions involved.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Let's start there.
I love your passion, and I'm right with you every step of the way. And I think the whole chat is too. We've really had enough. We've been very, very patient, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And if worse comes to worse, I don't know, but you know what? We're wrapping the show up. We're going to wrap the show up now, and I want to thank you, Mike, for calling in. That was completely unplanned, and
my little rant turned out to be a big rant, but I guarantee you, every one of us is thinking the same thing at some point. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So, Aaron, this is totally Truth Quest right here.
There you go.
So, thank you very much. Thank you so much, dude.
You're welcome, buddy.
Thanks for letting me call. And I know you're a person of integrity and you really care about this country. Yeah. So everybody out there, donate to Aaron. He truly cares. And
thank you.
If anybody has a better solution, or I don't have the answer. That's the thing.
No, we don't.
My thing is the money's not going to really help anything. We keep handing money. It's just like we become useful idiots because then they expect it, and then they don't even care about what we're talking about anymore. Yeah. If you're going to hand money to a certain political party over and over and over again, they're just going to expect it, and then they're like, "Well, we're just going to do what we're going to do."
I don't like parties. Parties are the problem. Parties are the problem, and that's just the way it is. I want to say good night to Mud Rabbit. She's going to bed. And thank you to everyone in the chat for coming and hanging out with us. It's been a real awesome time. And thank you again, Mike, the fireman, for calling in. You're an awesome patriot, and we look up to you. And thank you for waking people up. And we'll talk to you maybe another time soon.
Thank you, Aaron. I try to solve everything in one night, but it's not going to happen. But everybody, have patience, and let's just keep hanging together. And Aaron, just keep bringing the good shows together. I will.
And Friday is Raising Star Seeds with Heidi Pop and Abby Lynn. So Friday.
Oh, wow.
Tune in for that.
It's been like a year since she's been around. Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And she's got a great new show with Abby Lynn. So tune in for that. It's going to be great. Thanks again for calling in. I'm going to say goodbye now, Mike. Thank you.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night.
Good night. Thanks, buddy. All right, friends, we did it again. Another episode 222. And thank you, Mike the fireman, for calling. I want to thank everyone for coming and watching, for sharing, liking, everything that you do. You're very much appreciated. And we'll see you Friday, because we're just on Range of Strange, where the outrageous is contagious and the paranormal is the new normal. So keep your cameras poised to the skies. You can take that picture of a UFO and come on to the Truth Quest and talk about it. Until then, peace in.